Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic for what I hope will be another enjoyable video. Now, the worry here is that the building work next door has reached a bit of a crescendo today with drilling down that end of my flat and hammering at this end. I'm hoping that this is not going to interfere with the video. I will turn the noise reduction up to near its max and hopefully you won't be affected by it. And if we get lucky with the period of time I'm solving this puzzle, I won't. But I'm really looking forward to this. We'll get to that in a moment. I do want to mention, of course, our apps. It looks like the Arrow app is nearing the point at which we can start to launch it. So that's quite exciting. A few things to do first, but hopefully that's getting close. The apps are all available on links in the description field under the video. That's also where you can find your way to the Discord site, where I know that this constructor, Wombat Breath, is active. Fantastic community of puzzlers there, helping each other, coming up with new things all the time. Absolutely intriguing. And I think it's thanks to that Discord site that we end up in this position of having these incredible puzzles with no given digits, intriguing rule sets. Anyway, I do also want to mention our Patreon site where you can find goodies such as the Star Wars puzzle pack, such as Simon's Solve of Sisyphus a while ago, such as Demono's setting video. Oh no, that was on the channel actually. So that's not true. But there are many delights on the Patreon channel and well worth considering joining that, as some 4,000 other people have already done. Well done to them. Now, this puzzle, Wombat Breath, that's all we know him or her by, sent this in with a suggestion that it might feed Simon's colouring habit, but Simon's passed it on to me and I'm delighted because I like pentominoes puzzles, and this is a variant of that. So the rule set is a little bit complex, but I'm going to put this out on a Friday evening, which isn't always our most popular evening for some reason. Maybe like me, people are doing things like the listener crossword when it comes out, or Matt Gaffney's puzzle series, or in fact just living their lives, which is quite likely on a Friday evening. I could have waited till the evening to record this, but I'm actually out this evening, so that's going to be difficult. That's why we're risking the construction noise. Anyway, the rules are normal Sudoku rules apply. Apart from the central cell, which is even, the grid must be filled with one or more pentominoes of each listed type, in which the top left cell of the shape contains the given digit. So I've put up the map of pentominoes to show you what the letters mean. So the straight pentomino is called an I pentomino, for instance. And the others have letter names that roughly reflect their shape in some orientation. Now in this puzzle, those letters have got numerical values. So as you can see, it's written in the rule set here, quite small, but 1 equals I, 2 is W, 3 is T, 4 is L, 5 is V, 6 is X, 7 is N, 8 is Y, 9 is P. This puzzle does not use F, U, and Z, so they're not involved. And I think this rule set said that there must be at least one of each type of pentomino. Now, 81 is the number of cells in the grid, minus the one in the middle is 80, so there's going to be 80 divided by 5 is 16 pentominoes in all. So there's certainly going to be some repeats. That said, digits do not repeat in pentominoes, so they act a bit like killer cages, and two of the same type of pentomino may not touch each other orthogonally. So if you had an L shape there, you couldn't have another one there because they would be touching. Fair enough. Cells joined by symbols are either consecutive if they have a white dot, so those two cells have a consecutive relationship, could be 6 and 7. A ratio of 1 to 2, so these two could be 2 and 4. Or they sum to 5, so that pair could be 2 and 3. Not all symbols are given, so there's no negative constraint. So a really fascinating rule set. Looks to me like we're going to have to largely do the Sudoku and then try and colour the grid. And when I say largely, it may be completely. I don't know. So that's the rule set. Do give it a try on the link under the video. Keep this table to hand of the... well, I mean, you'll be able to see it on the rules if your eyes are good. But you will probably then need to have the pentomino shapes to hand, actually, so you know what they are, unless you know them already. Anyway, I do, which is lucky. But I'm going to have to use this number set for the first time. Let's get cracking anyway. Right, the V's. The V's are telling me where the small digits are, where many of the small digits are. So all of those, I would normally colour these. I tell you what, because the colouring comes later, I think, the colouring we actually need, I am going to temporarily colour these blue. Those are the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. They must be on the V's. So we have a column rather here, and a box here, and a box up here where all four 1, 2, 3 and 4 digits have already been used. So in those columns and boxes, all the other digits are from 5 to 9, and I'm colouring them orange. Oh, and this is interesting straight away. We've got an orange connecting to a blue through another cell. So the orange is either 5 or 6. That's either 4 or 5, and this is either 4 or 3. Oh, even better here, look, we've got an orange connecting directly to a blue. And we can get digits in the grid. 5 there, 4 there. The 4 is on a V, so that's a 1. We get a 2, 3 pair at the top here. Oh, we don't get any more white cells. That hasn't resolved this. This is a 2 or a 1. Oh, okay. What about black cells? What about down here? The trouble is, all of 1, 2, 3 and 4 are black crop key digits. So this could then be 2, 1, 4, 6 or 8. But it's got to be high. Yes, so that is 6 or 8. Right, sorry, that's fairly straightforward. So that is now 3 or 4. That goes with 1 or 2. Here they don't necessarily connect to an orange cell, so that's not so obvious. This could still be 3 or 4 connecting to a 6 or 8 there. Right, here's a run of 3 black cells in one box, so they all have to be different. They must therefore come from the 1, 2, 4, 8 series of doubling numbers, and the middle one is 2 or 4. Now, this one can't be a 1, because that would make the cells on both sides of it 2s. That's not possible. So this can be 2, 4 or 8. I was going to say that definitely uses up 2, but it doesn't. This could go 8, 4, in which case that would be a 2, or 2, 4, and that would be an 8, or 4, 2, and that would be a 1. So they definitely use a 4. That means that 4 is in one of these 2 cells, and 1 is in one of these 2. This is odd. I really do not have enough colours left over to to colour odd as well as high and low. I don't know what to do about that. What about this black dot? Right, this cell is 2, 3 or 4, because we know it can't be 1. Oh, and these 2 are both on black. Oh, that one is on a black dot from 3 or 4. I hadn't seen that. That's 6 or 8. But this doesn't have to be a black dot. This one is 2, 3 or 1 to be the counterpart of that. But this can be 4, 6 or 8. Or 2, actually. It's even. I don't know. What about this black dot? A run of 3 is not so powerful when it's not confined to one box or row or column. So these 2 could be the same, is the point there. Now again, this can't be 1. Because it would need a 2 on either side, and that is true. But it could be 3 and 6 in these cells. Could easily be that. I don't know what to do. Let's fill in the 6, 7, 8, 9 up there. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 4, 5, 6, 8. That's certainly possible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's also possible. Four doesn't have to be on that pair. If that was 3, 6, we'd have 8, 7, 9, 4. That would be a 2. Doesn't quite get it done. Right. This definitely uses a 4 on this black dot. This white dot needs an even digit. And it can't be... Oh, it can't be a 1, 2 pair because that would break this cell. It can't now be 3, 4 or 4, 5, but it could still be 2, 3, could it? Then this would have to be 4, 8. Yeah, that's okay. 1 there. No, actually it can't be 2, 3 because one of these pairs must be a 2, 3 pair. And 2, 3 would break whichever cell it was. So it can't involve a 2. It can't involve a 4. So actually these are high cells because they involve either a 6 or an 8. And they're consecutive. Does that help at all? We've had 3 high cells in this row. That's a low cell for sure. Doesn't really get anything done. Okay, what am I missing? Maybe it's this little combination of cells here. If that was... Well, this can't be 1 and 2 because the 1 would have to connect to another 2. If it was 2 and 4, yeah, you'd have odd digits here. That's fine. If it was 3 and 6... Oh, this is a run of 3. So this is obviously a digit that can be on a black Kropke cell. It can't be 1 because they would have to be... They couldn't both be 2. If it's 2, yeah, again, this is even and these are both odd. So I don't know quite what they are, but they are both odd digits. This can't be a 4 because of that. So actually, oh yeah, this could still be a 2 with a 1 there. Oh, can I not? Oh. Oh, look, there's a 6-8 pair in column 2. Come on. Right, good. Okay, sorry, that's taken a while. 5, 4, 3, 2 on the V, not because it's consecutive. That's a 6 now. 8 down here. Oh, gosh, that gets stuff done. 4 and 1 there. Right, these are a 2, 3 pair now. This can't be a 1. That's not much info gained. 4 is used here. Oh, I wish I knew 2 was. Oh, hang on. This can't be a 2 because that would now have to be a 3 and that would break that cell. Right, that's good. So this now can't be an 8 anymore. That's correct, yeah. So now 2 is definitely used in one of those 2 cells, which means by Sudoku, 2 can't be there because of that pair. It can't be there because of that. Now 2 is definitely on this pair of cells by Sudoku because it has to be there and therefore is ruled out of all of those. Right, so there's a 2 on that pair and there can't be a 1, so it's a 2-4 pair. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's lovely. Gosh, that's difficult. Right. So this is 1 or 3 now, and we don't know which, but that's a 2-4 pair. They can't be a 6 anymore. 5 in the row now has to be here. Probably that's been available for a while, ever since I got that 5. This is 7, 8, or 9. Ooh, let's go back to the colouring, because that was the whole point. That's blue, that's blue. That's orange. This is orange. So 1 is in one of those two cells. This is a 2-3 pair. And therefore, 1, 4, or 6. That one can't be a 4. This one can't be a 1 because that 1 pair we just put in. And one of them must be a 6 because one of these has to be a 3. Don't really know how to use that right, but surely we've got something more going here now. 2, 4 pair. Can this be a 4? That would be a 2. That would be a 3. What's this pair? This is the... Oh, we've got all 4 blues in row 8. Okay, let's make these orange. This is 1, 2, or 3. This is 2, 3, or 4. This can't be an 8. So if that's a 4, it's a 2. It's a 3, it's a 6. Oh, but it could be 1 or 4. I really haven't resolved what this is at all. It hasn't sorted out these or these, and I'm getting a bit bogged down again. So, what am I missing this time? 7 and 9 to fill column 2. That can't be a 5 anymore since we got that 5 early on. Never could have been a 5, in fact. This is on a black crop key dot. Just don't have any... here. This can't be 2, 4, 5, and it is on a black crop key dot. So 1, 3, 6, or 8. That hasn't really... It can't be 6, in fact, as I've determined that this cell is not a 3. How did I know that? Is that right? This can't be 2, 3, 4? 3, 6. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with that deduction at all. So I'm going to take those out entirely. Don't know where I got that from. It might have been right, but I'm not risking it now. 5, 2, 4. That's 1 or 3. It's got to be a 2 there. 6, this 6 thing? Surely we can't be going to the pentominoes thing yet. I don't believe we can be. I'm not. There's just not enough information to start colouring the grid in those shapes, I feel. So I'm going to carry on seeing if I can pick off Sudoku moves from the crop key and the V's. It's annoying they're not all done. That's a 2, 3 pair with a 4, 5 there. Does one of these have to be 1? No particular reason why that would be the case. Maybe this pair is more interesting than I'm allowing for. If that's a 2, this is 1 and 3. If it's a 3, this is a 2, 4 pair. They all look possible. 4, 3, 2. So 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Wow, this is not easy at all. 4 oranges are done in this box. Oh, and 3 are done in this one. What does that mean? Does it mean something? I'll tell you something it does mean, is that this can't be a 3, because then this would be a 4. These would all be blue in this box, and those would have to be 3 oranges, which is too many oranges for the bottom row. It's not that exciting in a way. There was maybe another way to prove it, but anyway, that is the case. Now, if there's an 8 here, maybe... If there was an 8 there, then this is 2, 4, 5. That has to be a 3. That's fine. If there's a 6 here, doesn't really affect anything. Oh, goodness gracious. What can we do? Wombat breath is not an easy compiler to get to grips with, and that is just the facts. 8, 4. What numbers are interesting here? There's definitely a 4 here. Ah, yes, that is interesting. There's a 4 there. So that, and because of that 4, there has to be a 4 on this black dot. Well, that is interesting. And it can't be 4, 8, so it's a 2, 4 pair. Good grief. Right. So that's a 2, 4 pair. So this is 1 or 3, which is not much use for that triple. Oh, but that really feels like I was doing something there. Is that all I get? That's blue, I suppose. Now, we've got 2 blues in the central column. 2 more to go. Is that? It would be lovely to know that that would have to be blue, but this can be just this. If this was a 2, it forces a lot of things. If it's a 4, yeah, no, it's all possible. 4, 2, 3, 1. Come on. So 2 blues there. One of these 2 is blue and 1 is orange. If that's an 8, this one's blue. Then it goes 4, 8, then it's 2 or 3. Ah, no, of course, 2, 4 pair, 1 or 3 there. This has to be, oh no, if it's blue, it's a 3. That's what it has to be. But this could be blue instead. Oh, good grief. How do we know? This just doesn't look a helpful area. Maybe I'm missing something about this run of 4. If I knew one of them was low or high, that would really make a difference. Maybe that's something I'm somehow not getting at. It felt so helpful to get a 2 and a 4 there. Where do 1 and 3 go? That can't be a 1. Oh, and this can't be a 1. Look at that! Because of that 1 and that 1, these 2 can't be 1s. So the only 1 in this box is here, and that does resolve this triple. Good grief. Brilliance. Absolute setting brilliance. So this is 4, this is 8, and again we get a little run of stuff. Now, 8 is not on this pair, so it involves a 6. 8 and 8, one of these is 8. Do we know where the 3 goes? No. Actually, no, we don't. But that 2 is looking up to the top of the grid. For once, I'm not scanning like a stormtrooper. Right, now we have 1 and 4 in these cells. Let's pencil mark those. This one can't be a 1 because it's even. Now, can this, is there anything to stop this being one of those? 1, 2, 4, 3 and 5, and then 8 there. That seems to work fine. 4 there, 3, 6. And this 4 could be there and 1 there. No, look at that actually. That's very interesting. If this wasn't 1 or 4, look what would happen. 4 would be there and 1 would be there, and these would both have to be 6, which can't be in the same box. That's genius actually, again. So anyway, that means this can't be not 1 or 4, so it is 1 or 4. It is blue. Oh, sorry, I've completely hit the wrong button there. Didn't mean to do that. This one's blue. 1 or 4 was what I was trying to say, and it is blue. There we go. Now this has to be blue as well, because it can't be 5 on a black Kropke dot, and it's got to be adjacent to 1 or 4. So that is 2 or 3. Now suddenly, This can only be 4 or 6, which is a great limitation. And this is therefore 6 or 8 and high. And now surely we've got a bit of go forward from there. 1, 2, 4, 8 we worked out, or 4, 3, 6. Oh no, this would be 3, not 6. So I don't know that it's orange at all. Right, now if that's 4, these are 3 and 5. If it's 6, they're 5 and 7. They definitely include a 5. What a puzzle. This is going to take ages still, I'm sure. We haven't even got anywhere near the pentomino colouring. Do I have to start thinking about that now? Don't believe it. I'm not doing it. Maybe I'll look in a moment, but let's try again now. We've got things that we hadn't got before. 8 has to be in one of these cells. That's not something I've just got, but I've only just realised. So 8 is in one of these two. Actually, I could have seen that by looking down column 1. And 1 is in one of these 3 similarly. 8. Probably am scanning like a stormtrooper now because I'm not seeing anything else. Still both of those can be 3 and one of them must be. These are both high, which actually matters quite a lot. It means this is low for the row. Of course, this is the only place 3 can go in the row. There we go. So this is not 3 and it is high. We've got a 1 and a 3 to put in there and no idea where they go, but never mind about that. We've got that 3. That makes this a 2. There we go, which makes this a 1, 4, 8. We can take 7 out of those. Let's take the corner mark out. That's not an 8. That 4 is looking up to here. 2 and 4. That's on a V, so we get a 1 there. Have to keep watching these V's and trying not to see them as consecutive on the low numbers. 3 and 3, so 3 goes here, and that's the last blue in box 3. The rest is orange. This is orange, so 1 goes up here on a blue, not here on an orange. That's 6, 7, 9, so this is 8 in the top row. They're not 8, so 8 in the second row is there. 7, 9 pair. 4, 3, 5. I don't know which way around they go. Have these got resolved? I can't see how. 4 is definitely... Oh, this isn't a 1 now. That 1 has been resolved. So one of these is a 4. 2, 1, 4, 3. 3 is in one of those cells. Doesn't fit. 5's in one of those two. Haven't really focused much on 5's. 5's are in those cells in boxes 5 and 6. 1 is now in a pair and 3 in a pair of cells down there. 2 is in one of those two. And one of those two. 3 is in one of those. I'm going to put that in now. And it feels much more like I'm actually stuck now. But perhaps now there is enough information to start pentominoing. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to see. So I'm going to uncolour the whole of the grid that I've done so far because I'm going to take up a different colouring scheme. In fact, of course, I can use the arrangement of the colours on the keypad to represent these digits. Anyway, sorry, what I have worked out by now is that the only really helpful clues to shapes are the top left cells. But this must be the top left of one shape. 4 is an L. That's not helpful. So L has possibly 6 orientations, one there, one there, one there, one there, or it can be a corner like that or like that. So anything we can rule out, that we can rule out because it would have 2 1s in it. Okay, that's something. Now, if that was a shape, this 5 would be a V, and that's not going to fit. Okay, so we've ruled out the 2 1s that occupy this flat 4x2. How about that? Then 5's much easier to fit in as a V there now. That seems possible. What about that? That would make 3, which is a T, impossible. So that's ruled out. So of the shapes where this is on the end, I'm left with that, but it could be a corner. What happens with that shape? Now the 6 would have to be a top left cell. The only way it couldn't be is with another, with another L connecting up with there. So that's not happening. So the 6 would have to be part of an X looking like that. The 8 would be part of a Y, or maybe part of a T from the 3. Oh, this looks very possible. What would we have down here? I don't know. That looks very possible. Frankly, very plausible. Maybe I haven't got enough information. And I mean, the other shape, so that was considering this shape. There's also that one to consider. 1 would be an I pentomino. That would have to go across because the 6... that would fail actually. 1 could neither go down there because that would kill the 6, which has to be an X. And it couldn't go across there either because the same problem would happen to the 6. Okay, so that shape is impossible. So we're left with this and this. No, not that. Didn't we look at that early on? No, I was looking at the ones that pointed away from there. Good grief. It's hard to get a handle on this. But these are the 2 possible shapes. 4, 3, 2. Yeah, they definitely don't contain repeated digits. I'm going to have to get more done. I really am. Can I get this 2, 3 resolved? Oh, that's not a 1 now. Oh, one of these 2 is a 4. Is that any use? No, I don't think so. If that was a 4, we would have 6, 3, 2, 1. That seems all right. 7, 9. Oh, that's a 7, 9 pair. This has become a 6. Good grief. I'm sure that won't change anything. 5, 7, and 9 down there. Don't think that was going to apply in the patterning I was doing either. So there must be a bit more Sudoku that can be done. This is now not a 2, so it's 4, 6, or 8. 4, 3, 5. It just doesn't look like over here is any help. 6 is in one of those 2 cells, because I know that 6 is confined to 2 places in box 4. 2, 1. 1 there. All of those can be a 1 as far as I can see in box 6. How on earth do we get anything done from here? 5, 1, 3, 2. This can't be a 6 because 6 is definitely there. So this is 7, 8, or 9. if that was 6, 7, 9, 8, 4, but if instead it could be 4 or 8. If it was 8, that would be a 7, 9 pair, 6, 4. But if it's 4, then we go 6, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, and that doesn't work. My goodness. Okay, if this was a 4, that's a 6. Remember that, because then we have to go 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 3, 5, 3. Why am I saying it doesn't work? 3 there. That's why it doesn't work. That's insane. If that's really necessary, that is extraordinarily hard. If it's not really necessary, tell me what is. But that's not a 4. The 4 in the box goes here. That puts 4 here. Now I can do this XV. Sorry, just Antonying a digit there. 6 goes in there. 2 is here. Is this going to be enough digits to get going? I'm not even sure it is. 6 down here though. So a 5, 7, 9 triple. This is a 1, 8 pair. In fact, 1 is placed. 8 is placed. That's not a 4. These are from 5, 7, and 9. That looks like a potential deadly pattern, but I suppose the pentominoes might deal with it. 1 is in one of these two places, so we're left with this X-wing on 1s. This weird sort of round the corner X-wing on 3s. I don't know what that's called. 4, 3. Now let's try these two shapes again. So we've got either that or that. That was going to require an X here from the 6. Now we get an 8 here, which is a Y, which is a very easy to fit shape. Looks something like that. We've got a Y up here, probably. No, that could be a T. Oh, I don't know. How are we meant to do this? That 3. Yeah, because the trouble is here, if we're looking at a shape like that with an X beneath it, I forgot to do the colors that I said I would do. What's 2? No, that's an L. Sorry, what's L is a 4 is green. 6 would be an X, would be orange. It's number 6. But this could have two different forms, that or that. Actually, it couldn't be that, because I say that, I'm not 100% sure. 4 is an L. Yeah, I mean, it's just not certain enough at all. Maybe this shape is falsifiable quicker. So the 1 then would, it would have to go down. The reason for that is, of course, it could be on a shape from round the corner. Although that 5 could be V, N, or P. It couldn't reach from there. Yeah, the 1 couldn't go that way because it would isolate this 6, which would have to be in an X. That's fine. So the 1 would go that way. That looks quite likely. I'm going to go back to looking at this and seeing if I can make this not work. Oh, Bang, 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 bang. There it is. Look, this X possibility is not a possibility because of these two cells having to be the same. Oh, that's magic. That's not that hard, actually. Right, so I'm going to go back to just proving that all these orientations don't work except for one of this L. That doesn't work, it repeats a 1. That doesn't work, it kills the 5. That doesn't work, it kills the 3. This does work and is what it's going to be. This doesn't work because the X that 6 would have to be part of would have a repeated digit. That's genius. And this doesn't work because that 1 is going to make the 6 not work. Yes. Oh, okay, that's not too bad, and that's not bifurcating. Let's make that yellow. No, 4 is green. 4 is green, right. Now, this 1, I'm going to do that next rather than the 5. It can't go that way. Can it be on a shape from round the corner? No. Oh, could it be an N or an L here? Like that or like that. That's the furthest it could reach. No, because this can't be a 4. Ah, could it be a 7? 9, 5, 3, 6. Or maybe it could. Okay, I can't rule that out. So let's go with the 5. The 5 is part of an L shape. Well, it's not that way. That would have a repeated digit. So it must include that part of the pattern. L is... No, a V shape. Sorry, this is a V shape. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just using the wrong letter. Right, that is one potential V shape that includes this cell, but that repeats 1s. The others are that, and they both use this group here. 5 is a V, that's purple, right. So 1, 2 there. What would that do? So it either goes like that or like that. Well, this is the harder one. Okay, so the 1 is part of an I. 8 is part of a Y. Oh, that all works fine. Even the 2 looks like a V, or the 6 like an X there. Sorry, the 2 looks like a W, which is what it's meant to be, and it does. 1. That looks like it's fine, and that's with the V in the harder position there. What about V using up these cells? Right, what happens to this 3, which must be determining a shape? That's a T. Okay, well, it doesn't go like that because this 8 would have to go down here and have one of these cells, and that 1 is going to be impossible. Right, so that wouldn't be how the T goes, but the T could go this way and take in those cells. Then the 8 can be a Y, and that works all sorts of ways. But this 7 or 9? I don't know. So what about this one? Come on, I figured out that N is possible to take the 1. No, that's not going to work because then the 6 can't be part of an X. So that's nonsense. The 1 can never go this way. It just can't. It has to go down. That's given. Right, that is a 1 shape. Now, what about this 2, which would be a W if it's a starting cell? Ah, if it looked like that, the 3 can't be part of a T. If it looked like that, it would include 2 2s. That has to be picked up from somewhere else. Has to be. If that was a shape, how's this 2 going to be picked up? I suppose V wouldn't work, but both N and P, 7 and 9, could pick it up. If that's a shape. Ah, then we said this would have to be a T like that. Oh. That 2 has to be picked up. So this is 7 or 9, N or P. P is never going to pick it up. Just can't. So it's going to have to be N picking it up like that. This 4 has to be part of an L. Oh, and it can't be because it's going to pick up another 4 if it is. Oh, that's madness. That's unbelievable. Both possible L shapes from this 4 pick up another 4. This doesn't work. This, which looks so plausible, I'm just going to sketch in why it doesn't work because I can see that. That would be purple. This would be a T. This can't be its own determinant because it would have to be a W, and it would also have to be the top left of that W, which would either kill the 3 or use another 2. So that has to be picked up from round the corner. Oh, hang on. I've just thought of this N. And then it could be picked up by a P. Oh, you know, you're kidding. I thought I'd ruled this out. Oh, no, then the 1's a problem. Then the 1's a huge problem. The 1 is going to kill this shape because you could only have repeated shapes down here. Oh, but could the 1 be picked up from round the corner again? Oh, now it's getting beyond me. It's getting beyond my head here. This is really hurting. Is that possible as a shape for an N? That would be a 7. 9, 7. This would be a 9 or a 5. Yes. Couldn't be a 5. That would be no good. But it could be a P to pick that up. That would be a 9. To have a 5 here. This can't be a 5, so it couldn't be a V picking that up. Oh, and of course, they have to work around this. Oh, then there's nothing that could pick it up, because this would have to come out here. Yes, this doesn't work, but it's quite complicated to see. I'm sorry it took that much explaining. But that would have to be part of that shape. Since it can't be a 5, which is limited there, it can't be that. It would have to block down here, and then nothing can pick up this 1. And if that was a 1, you couldn't do it under here. That is so hard. What a puzzle. This is hard. But anyway, that proves this fairly useful V shape up here. Now, this 1, has got to go flat. This 8 is a... Stop highlighting everything. This 8 is a Y, which has to fit in like that. And that all looks pretty good now. But, this 2 6 is plausible there. This 2 can't, it could lead it. In fact, that's quite likely. Then we can have a P up here, which starts with a 9, X here with a 6. Ooh, that is working quite nicely. Right, what can I find? Oh, this 2 can't start. This has to be picked up from this cell. Yes, this is still the same situation, effectively. That has to be picked up from this cell, which can be N or P. And in either case, we're definitely using those 4 cells. Now, I don't know whether it is N or P. I'll put it as red, which would be N. But it might use that. Yes, it probably will, because otherwise this has the same problem. This has to go in the N shape. Otherwise, it's if that was red as well, we've got the same problem. This has to be a 1 because that can't be picked up from round the corner. Can it be picked up from there now, though? Then this would be a shape. But we don't have Z in this puzzle. We don't have U, and L would need to have a 4 here, so no. Right, so the same applies. That's red. This is a P. That's a 9, and that's fixed our whole corner here. Let's do some Sudoku now. Is that going to help us do any more? I bet it's not. Oh, this is a naked single 6, actually. This is 3 or 5, and that's probably going to be very helpful in the shaping. What a puzzle. This is fascinating. I mean, it isn't easy. Oh, this is a 5. That's been finished, effectively. So that's not 5, and 5 in the box is here. That fixes the 3-5 pair. Ooh, we're on a bit of a roll with the Sudoku now. And of course, as I say that, it dries to a halt. But probably this is a scanning issue now. What a puzzle. This is amazing. I really hope I get this finished because this is absolutely fascinating, and I really will not be shocked if you've either found better pentomino logic, or if I've missed something in the Sudoku, or if I've missed a legitimate possibility. That could easily happen here because it is hard to see everything. This is still not possible, because you will get a repeated shape beneath it, either an L or a P or something. Well, I mean, that would have to be part of an L, but it would repeat, or form another I, which would have to begin with a 1. I suppose, yes, I hadn't thought that L could be there. You have I at the bottom, but that would have to start with a 1, so that's no good. So that is not a genuine shape. So that is picked up from round the corner after all. Oh, it's doing my head in now. Oh, of course, this can never be a 1 because it would be touching a 1. How simple is that? Right, this is picked up from round the corner. So does it begin? Could be an L like that, but then this would be an L touching it. That's no good. So a V, no, because we can't begin with a 5. So this shape has to begin here, does it? No, hang on, something's wrong. Let's go back to where... Let's go right back to where I said that was a 9 and this was red. Because I want that to be taken by it. So why didn't I think that could be taken by this shape? It was to do with what was going on here. Ah. Yeah, what I didn't spot was the T possibility here. This is in that shape, isn't it? Now, that can be a T. What can this not be? This can't be an L because it can't be a 4. This, in fact, what can this be? This cell, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. T seems to work. I quite like this T. 5 is a V like that. That's possible too in theory, but actually this 6 can never get picked up then. So no. A 6 would be an X. That's not possible. A 7 would be an N. That can, oh, that could go like that. Oh no, it would be touching another N. If it went like that and this was a P, we've got the 1 problem. Yeah, that's not possible. 9 would be a P. That won't fit in here. And yeah, 5 doesn't work because that 6 will get killed off. So this is a 3. This is a T. This is going to work. This is better. Right. T is the black color for me. So sorry if that gives you any trouble seeing it, but that's a 3 now. This is now not what I said before, a 9. That is part of a red 7 shape. So it's sorry, the N shape, so the 7 there, fixes this the other way round as a deadly pattern. This is a 5 again. This is, yes, this can be part, this 2 can't be picked up from around the corner because that's not a 4. So it has to be the start of a W shape, which has to fit in like that. That's fine. This 6 gets picked up. Does it get picked up? Not by a 7 there or a 6. So it must get picked up from here. And that's got to be an N7. That's possible. If it went here and here. Or a Y8. That's also possible. Or a P9. And that's also possible. Okay, let's, oh look, this 1. Well, that can't be an I because that would isolate 9 cells up there. That's no good. So that does get picked up. Doesn't get picked up by that because it would repeat the 2. So this is where the X comes in. Maybe I should have spent some time thinking, where are we going to fit an X and a W in and that sort of thing, the difficult cells. Now, this 2 can be a W. But is there anything else? Could it be a 9 like that? No, that 8 wouldn't work as a Y. This is a fascinating puzzle. Could that 2 be picked up by a 7 from there? No, that's an N, that wouldn't do it. Or a 6? No, that would be impossible. So, this 2 is a W, again. This is now that shape, that's a P shape. So we can fill in the 9. Oh, I think this is working now, and what a relief if that's the case. This has become a 5 by Sudoku, and this is 6. That's fixed the 7 and 6 at the top. That all feels good. Right, maybe we can Sudoku this now. Maybe we can't. 4, 2, 5. One of these is a 5. Wow, I can't believe the Sudoku bit's still holding out. 3, 1, 2, 4. What am I missing on the Sudoku? Missing so much and so much. Right, this is a starting point of a shape. If it was a 3, it's a T, which would have to look like that. If it's a 5, it's a V, which would have to look like that. And that too is impossible to make into a W. So it must be a T. Does it have to look like that? I think it does. That is a T. And that's, oh, of course, 5 there. That is a 3. Good grief. There's the Sudoku. There's the Stormtrooper scanning. This is a 7, naked single. 6 and 3 can go in down here. 4, 2, 8, 1 and 9 to place in the final column. Still can't do that. This is not a 7. That's 8 on. Ah, look at the shape. The shape tells me that's a 9 because it's already got an 8. 5, 6, 8 pair in the middle. That is not 5 by any manner of means. 7, 9 pair across here. 7, 4, 9, 1 and 8. Yes, I can fill them in finally. That's done the X-wing on 1s. We've got a 5, 7, 9 triple down here now. And what's this cell? 5, 7, 8 or 9. Right. This is the start of a shape. Are there any shapes I haven't used yet? Let's have a look at the color palette. I've used grey, dark grey, black, green, purple, orange, red, yellow, blue. Okay, I've used the palette of shapes once each at least. What about this? This can't be picked up for anywhere else. So this is a Y. Right, that goes straight in. This one, I fancy a P, but could it be... No, that doesn't work. It blocks off the wrong sizes of shape. Yeah, this is a P. that 1 can't be on its own because there's nowhere to fit a 1 in. So the P involves both of these cells. Therefore, it must involve both of those. And then one other cell that it touches. Oh, crikey. Oh, and P starts with a 9. So that's getting things done. 8, 7, and 6 still to go. Let's take out the corner marks. They're not very helpful now. 7 comes out of all of those. Now, I've still got to do some more shape management. So this could be in the P, or it could be its own. Well, it can't be an X. That would cut things off. Oh, and it can't be an N either. So that is blue. Oh, and this is blue as well, and is in the shape with a 9. So that, it's all done. Sorry. 7, 6, 5, 9 there. Oh, what a puzzle. This had better work at the end now, because otherwise I'm going to freak out. 8, 6, 7 there. 5 and 7 down here. What an incredible puzzle. That's a 9. That's an 8. This is a 9, and this is a 5, and the shapes 8 there has to be the start, so it has to look like that. I don't know what I've got left with. A 7. Yes, that does work. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous construction. I did not know it was going to be so difficult. Just over the hour. There we go. Well done, Wombat Breath. I feel the full force of your fearsome breath. Fantastic puzzle. I hope you had a go at that, although I hope you set some time aside if you did, from looking at the video length. A real pleasure to do that, and I'm going to be very interested in the comments. I really am. I mean, that was a struggle, but I enjoyed every moment. Thank you very much, and see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.